Welcome to episode 11 of Talks with Don, entitled, Are You Using Your Gifts to Help or Are You Using Your Gifts to Destroy? As always, we want to start with libations for the ancestors. I'm pouring libations for the ancestors whose voices were heard, the ones who stood up for us, the ones who wanted to, but due to oppression and the powers that were, they were not able to. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe. Top of it. Grand Rising. Let's get some of that good energy. 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 As always, we want to start off with a song from yours truly, Donna Isa, entitled The Process. The water sixes on level. You was attracted to ice on the key to the door is that life's about. This is a tale about angels and devils. When you got the gift, what's a lotus to petals? God say protected is potent, is special. They come for the gift, try to run with the gift. Inherently, you must be one with the gift. You cannot take this and code it through time. Perfection of craft must be molded like iron. Here you go, son, just hold it as mine. Decipher from chosen and spiritual crime. Infinity stones and songs I came to collect. Sunshine is bright, but rain is so wet. To hear the call and I had to be alone. The casualty of wrongs, the reverence to your stones, flawless diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Sometimes it feels like a duty. Missing the signal can become spooky. I shade. Never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. That I picked up the day past this test, get the crown. You gon' be great. Don't be late. I won't be late. You were talking to someone that owns estates. This message inside is for you. Discover myself. I had to be myself as a youth. Protect what I had to call on recruits. Too many soldiers to fit in the coop. If you are never alone, I can you hear you calling. Dark night of the soldiers, the people's hands falling. The gift that we discuss, you can't see it. You must be careful of energy leeches. Learn to discern the finicky species. The ones that get it, get it. If you hit it still, motherfucker, just beat it. Never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. You never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. Break these chains, break these chains, break these chains. It's time for the fire squad, y'all. pieces that were necessary for character development. I say, one, I do this with love. Next, we're going to get into an excerpt from one of my motivational talks on IG. Things, if you ever kiss me, frisk me, or we got risky, I know for shit sure you miss me. The topic of the day is if you feel the need to control or dominate your relationships, friendships, or just dominate people in general, I regret to inform you, you have a disagreeable entity driving your vessel. Fear, survival instinct, anger, that's of your animal self. When you are moving like a god and your higher self, you don't have to dominate. You think things into existence. You will things into existence. You speak things into existence because you're in alignment with the correct frequency to get everything that you will into your existence because your vibrations on the correct frequency. You don't have to dominate people to get what you want. Everything comes to you at will because you're at the correct frequency. Continue to raise in frequency. Continue to vibrate high. Continue to vibrate as nature. Let's continue to raise and rise in frequency and raise the vibration of the collective. I know who I am. Do you? I say, as we discussed, the title of today's topic, are you using your gifts to destroy or heal? So, along this journey, my journey, what I've realized in a life that I'm no longer living, a lower frequency life, is that the most gifted people or females are living in the nightlife, in the strip club. And what I mean by this is I have always ran into the most females with gifts, spiritual gifts, in the nightlife, in the strip club. I know some of you are saying, wow, but that doesn't make any sense. But as the songs say, the ones that get it, get it. This message is for the ones that are in tune with their spiritual selves, with their higher selves. And alignment comes with merging your higher self and your lower self. And unfortunately, when you live in your lower self, you are caught up in things like partying, strip club, lust, which is a version of the lowest part of yourself, which is your root chakra. When your root chakra is in balance, it can create multitudes of wealth with someone that is aligned on the correct frequency. But like I say, the most females with gifts that I have met have always been in the strip club. Um, so this was probably like 3 years ago now that for a point, um, I was just going to the strip club maybe like 2 times out the month. Um, and I wasn't going in there for what the average person was going in there for. I wasn't a customer. Let's just say it like that. So I'm going in, females see me, they already looking at me, sizing me up because they see my demeanor like, you some ism? And I'm like, nah, I'm just in here chilling or whatever. And because they will see my demeanor, they'll know, okay, it's something different about this guy because I wasn't like the average Joe in the strip club guided by my lust. And this maneuvered me and was able to maneuver me to where I could get my way. But how I knew that a lot of these women were gifted is because some females I would, you know, befriend them outside of the club. And two females in particular, well, really three, that I could say like, okay, these girls were gifted. These girls had psychic gifts. Their mind's eye was open, and one in particular, this was last year. I had sworn off the strip club. Somebody that was being in his lower self, being guided by his devils, invited me out to a birthday party, and I was in the strip club as usual. On my, I'm not in here for that. I'm in here for something else. So, chick walks up to me. She's a career stripper. And this is not to offend any females. This is for those who are in tune with their higher selves. I think this chick was like close to 40 or something like that. And but she was in tune. She was on some of the same things that I was on. Frequency, um, healing, being in tune with nature, being in tune with different stones, just the rhythms of humans, melanated people. So she sits next to me, and I've already started my process of elevating in the purpose so she can feel the energy oozing from me. And me being a super empath, being able to pick up on energy, she was able to walk up to me. And when I denied and said, I don't want to lap dance, she just stayed over there all night, just wasn't trying to make no money. She was just trying to stay in my energy. And I'm like, dang, my energy real powerful. And so I was like, wow, man, this chick is really in tune with her spiritual self. She's allowing herself to feel energy. She can feel my high vibrations. And she already, later on, she discussed that after we started talking on the phone a few days later. But I was just amazed. It's like, okay, every time I would go to this one strip club, this will always happen. It's like the more and more I repel these strippers and say, I'm good, they find themselves drawn to me. And that comes from abandonment issues and childhood. We'll get to that in another video. But the topic of this video is most of the gifted females that I meet, I've met them in the strip club, but unfortunately, they are using their gifts to help destroy. And a lot of times, these females, before they can use their gifts to heal themselves and step into their purpose, they get caught up in the cycle of being career strippers because the enemy wants to trick them out of their spot, their purpose, but on their journey, he wants to use those gifts and powers that they have to help destroy. So a lot of the females use the gift of discernment or the gift of having that mind's eye open to use men for energy siphoning rituals, dark magic, to be able to pull money into themselves, all kind of nefarious things just for the sake of advancing in the strip club. And sometimes it's sick, but it goes to a lot of the most gifted young men. Their gifts develop under pressure in the streets. I'll put it like this. The only way you're going to survive when you're playing in the streets is to activate your psychic gifts, the gifts of awareness, the gift of vision, the gift of sight, being able to read people and read energies when you step into a room. Because if you don't read energies, you can get caught up when you live in a fast life. So it goes back into the topic of most of the gifted people that I have met in life are in the strip club and low frequency environments. And unfortunately, sometimes, but more times than none, most of these people never get out and they get caught up in living this fast lifestyle before they can attune to that higher self. And I thank my ancestors and I thank my spirit guides that I was able to tune in and pick up on purpose and pick up on, okay, frequency. Because back to the story about the career stripper, she tried to vamp off my energy all night long. Mind you, this is an after-hour strip club, so I probably stayed in this club for like 2 hours, to maybe like close to like 4 or 5 a.m. This strip club here in Houston, and once we got to talking the next day, even though she had the gift of discernment, my spiritual gift started to go off because when we talked on the phone, all I could feel in my mind's eye was a headache. And I often wondered to myself, like, well, dang, why if these females are spiritual or claim they're spiritual, why are they in the strip club living a lustful lifestyle to make money? And truth is, when divine masculine and divine feminine are connected, they can create what they want, and the divine masculine can help bring and elevate the divine feminine into her superpowers. But because of the enemy trying to trick people with these certain gifts out of their position, these females, like I always say, use the gift to help destroy others and help destroy themselves. I've seen it so many times. So many females that are gifted, because they have these gifts and superpowers, they abuse drugs because sometimes it can become too much. Because they're empaths, they can feel everything around them. They can see the unseen. And when these females can see the unseen, sometimes it becomes overwhelming. And to numb themselves, they turn to root chakra activities, lower self activities. And once again, it's a trick from the enemy to drain the energy of the female super empath. Same thing happens with the male super empath. Narcissist women are going to be placed on his path to drain his energy, but most of the times, male super empath can get it right once he learns to discern whose energy is what and knows how to protect his own energy. The tricks are always the same. With women, the enemy knows what you like. With men, the enemy knows what a man likes. We were designed for each other, but because of things that go on here and the powers that were, a lot of people's gifts, like I say, are used and harnessed for lower frequency activities. And like I always say, either you helping, healing, or hurting the people around you. I have always been somebody to help the people around me, but until I eliminated energy attachments from me, I was not able to see how not using discernment was able to have people run into my life that didn't mean me any good. And once I eliminated these energy attachments, I was able to see such and such is like this. They're just the energy leech. I need to move away. And when you eliminate energy attachments, you make room for people that vibrate at your soul's frequency. What they call it is a soul tribe. And when your soul tribe, when y'all come into connection, you will know who these people are. You know, I think about my experience. There are people in your life that when they see you, they just light up. And to the untrained eye, untrained mind's eye, we don't know how those people are part of our soul tribe. They know who you are. Y'all might have met in a past life. So my thing is to men and women that are living fast lifestyles, pay attention to this message, because I'm not one to judge, because I haven't always been on the up and up, but I'm using my life experiences to help the younger men so they don't make the same mistakes that I made. If you have gifts, you have them for a reason. Women, young women, your gifts are not here to be used for dark energy. Young men, your gifts are not here to be used for dark energy. Men, they do it too, but they know how to read energy, and sometimes they call this a dark empath. They are empathetic, but they've been through so much trauma, they use their gifts and it turns them into narcissists. So they know how to read energy, so they can read people with a light on them. And when they read women with these lights on them or have a healing energy, they go in and they feed off of her energy until she has none left, and they move on to the next victim. So It's always a price for that kind of stuff, but we have these gifts to be able to help ourselves first and foremost, to will everything we want to us. And when we raise our vibration, we help raise the vibration of the collective. Like I always say, are you using your gifts to help, heal, or destroy? I know who I am. Do you? Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. Ashe.